Hey there guys, Marion Production here, and as you can see, this is in Cincinnati, Ohio. Well, you probably couldn't tell from the beginning, but this is on the CSX X-B&O Bridge over the Ohio River from my hotel's parking lot. So yeah, I'm just going to let the train do the talking. As you can see, the train is about to go under the beautiful X-B&O position light signals. Always like seeing those. So then the next morning we decided to go on a chase for an auto rack train. We ended up going all the way down to Independence, Kentucky to grab this guy. Next up, in Erlanger, Kentucky, at the old station, we see a Norfolk Southern manifest going down the rat hole with 2 Canadian National locomotives on the point, as well as an SD-70 trailing fourth. Next up, we were driving in some pretty deep traffic to go out to the 8th Street Viaduct to get some shots of the Queens Gate Yard as well as the Norfolk Southern yard up there. Look at that train, if you can see it. There's some CSX GEVOs on the tip. Oh yeah, there he is. Got some GEVOs on the point. Also a nice intermodal in the NS bridge. But nonetheless. After parking in La Rosa's Pizza parking lot right by the yard, we caught this Norfolk Southern train switching the Cincinnati yard, led by an SD60E rebuilt from an SD60, as well as an EMD SD70M-2. Then, in just a little bit, we end up getting to the end of the viaduct where the CSX yard switching action was, and managed to catch this train switching Queensgate. Slug set way down there if you guys can see it, switching another train. Here's another shot of that SD60E led train going a little bit fast for yard speed. As you can see in the background, the Norfolk Southern Intermodal Terminal. Look at that, SD60E leading and an M-2 trailing. Yeah, it is. Next up, at Elmwood Place, Ohio, just north of the 8th Street Viaduct, is where the Glendale Division and the Dayton District split apart. Coming south on the Dayton District was this CSX auto wrap train led by an AC-44. Next up, we decided to actually go to Glendale, and after about 2 hours of waiting, we finally caught this CSX stacker. Oh my gosh! Quiet down, man. I want this guy. after that, we left Cincinnati and then went to Dayton. Waited another 2 hours for that same stacker to come. And that's the only guy that we saw in Dayton. It's a pretty beautiful view as well. Next up is at Cook Road. We were planning on getting the drone out this day, but it was a little bit windy. And I didn't have my tripod this day as well, so the camera's a little bit shaky. This first train's led by an EMD SD70.
Whoa, what are those? Oh, that's a track. Is that why it's carrying all these gondolas? Yep, those are all pieces of track. Those rails look pretty old though.
After that, this was a work train led by an EMD SD40-2, don't see those very often, with some wielded rails in the cars. There must have been a derailment because the other mixed freight had some rails on it as well.
Oh, this guy's a local.
Now on this train we decided to try and get the drone out. This one was led by a CW40-9. But the drone kind of flew away because it was too windy, so we managed to get it back, thankfully, but we didn't get film.
Both of those guys had weird window rings.
first train of the day in Marion, Ohio. Had 2 CSXs on the point on CSX Walbridge subdivision. Probably a coal train coming from West Virginia. Next up, after a few minutes of waiting, this intermodal came southbound with a BNSF leading. I believe this is NS-234, but usually NS-234 isn't this late, so it's probably just another southbound that comes out of Chicago and goes to some kind of destination in the south and takes the Heartland Corridor. But yeah, they had BNSF leaders, so that was pretty nice to see. Next up on the CSX Mountain Victory sub was this train with 5 or 6 locomotives. I'm probably wrong, but this one was a mixed freight, probably bound for Indianapolis, with the amount of box cars, probably with auto parts as well as the auto racks. This guy gave us a little horn show, so that was pretty cool. But strangely, he was running on track 1 instead of 2.
This guy looks like another ET.
Another train on the Mount Victory sub, barely any minutes later, on the same track, looks almost identical. Only difference is it only has 2 locomotives and is probably bound for something that is not Indianapolis.
Hey, he might drop some coal.
After that, we got this Norfolk Southern coal train coming southbound out of Sandusky with empties, and today's 1-unit wonder with a SD70M-2 on the point.
No.
If you put ads inside your videos,
Hold on.
that's how you make money.
Next up was another EMD SD70 something leading. It was either an Ace or an M-2. This guy was a mixed freight with some hopper cars on flat cars. Those are probably broken and going to some kind of shops, but I'm not sure where. up, I decided to get a shot from the crossing because I couldn't get a good shot from the diamond of the CSX Wallbridge sub. This guy's led by an ES44AH.
Looks like he's got an ACU
Next
leader.
up, the final and 8th train of the day, led by an SD70 ACU. This is another one-unit wonder with all intermodals. This guy had actually been sitting up north of us where we could see him all the day. So yeah, it was nice to see him come through with a crew. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is all the Railfanning that I did on the duration of most schools' spring breaks, even though Marion, which was yesterday when I Railfanned it, wasn't on my spring break, still included it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I went to Cincinnati, Cook Road, and Marion. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one, whatever it is. Whether it be a cringy live stream or a good video. See ya.